Hi everyone. Today I have with me Mr. Shams Rizvi. He has done and cleared CT-DPO intermediate course from Tsaaro Academy. I welcome you, Mr. Sham.
Yeah. Actually, when I started in Tsaaro Academy, it was actually an emergency because I just got appointed as a data protections officer in a company. And prior to that, I did had some experience when it comes to data protection and data privacy, but but from a policy perspective and from basically a practical perspective, I didn't had much information or experience. So when I joined, I was a little skeptical, but when I started this journey, it was quite great actually, because whatever I was learning, I could implement it in my company. And apart from that, the community is quite helpful. The community of Saro Academy. So whatever I wanted to know, or the even the most basic things I wanted to know, I could have contacted people from Saro Academy, and they would tell me at an instance my queries and my issues. Because at one of the major challenges was that I was actually working in the field of data privacy, so I had to I had to be very updated regarding the field. So I was already there. Plus, they also Saro Academy also guided me with the career path which I can take. Regarding they told me regarding various exams I can take in the field of data privacy, and what the basic career for data privacy is. So, it was actually a great journey. There was a lot of ups and downs, but thanks to Saro Academy, it was, very great that I could, do my job properly, basically. So, yeah, I think it was great. It was great being there.
It's really good to know about it, Mr. Sham. So as you have mentioned that okay, you joined, like you got promoted to a role of DPO, and
Yeah,
you have undergone a training of certified SARO data protection officer intermediate course.
yeah.
So just wanted to have an understanding, like how do you see like CT-DPO intermediate course has helped you, in your office related work, in your journey, in your like overall experience.
Well, overall experience, the thing was that it's actually a great course from a policy perspective, because I really had to start creating the privacy model of the company from scratch. So it was actually I was actually taking baby steps when I started out. So this course was, I would say, was actually a must thing to do, because before prior to that position, I didn't had much experience in data privacy. So yeah, it was quite great. I mean, I did have some experience, but but considering that I had to create a model and make the company in a better form, it was quite great having this course. Plus, apart from the course itself, the community and which powers the Saro Academy, that is also amazing, because I get to talk to new people. And there was a great network regarding data privacy, people who are working in data privacy, or even students who are who wanted to be in data privacy. So I could discuss things which were discussed in class, or talk to them, or even talk to the individuals who are there in Saro Academy, and they have been nothing but helpful when it comes to understanding basic issues of data privacy. So yeah, it was quite great.
Definitely, I believe the alumni network what we have, the community what we are growing,
Yeah,
that is something which helps a lot of people. And as you have mentioned it very rightly, that you look up to them, and whenever you have any queries or you have anything to discuss with those people, so they are also helpful to you.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
So Mr. Sam, I'll would like to know, like you are working with a company and you have opted for a course, okay, So how well did you manage your training, your certification along with your office work?
Most classes which actually I attended, uh, most of them, were, first of all, they were live, plus there were recordings also. So the best thing about, the whole, course was that even the recordings were there. So there have been some instances due to, I was working, I'm still working. So there have been times when I couldn't attend the class. So, if I wanted to know something or if I wanted to be in the class, I could just see the recordings of it and I can understand it. And unlike many other courses, it was, the recordings were available, and there were people, I can talk to in the community, or even there have been some instances where, Tsaaro Academy also told me about the individual who I've taught in that class. So I could get the contact number, I could talk to them, despite that, I had missed the class in certain instances. There has been certain times when I have been, doing, work and plus classes, and there have been certain times, certain issues which have come up in the company, which was either not being taught, or there was some very small issues or queries with that, problem. So I could ask, not just the community, but even the people who are, teaching that course. So yeah, it was quite great. It was quite helpful. And to be very honest, it was quite practical, because there have been many, courses which I have seen in the internet, where data privacy is being taught, but it's quite theoretical in nature. So, from a student's perspective, it's great. But for someone like me who's a working professional in the field, it's of no use. So yeah, it was quite a great journey.
Certainly, Mr. Sham, as you have mentioned, different courses over the internet is always based on the levels and the skills, experience. Similarly, the our CT-DPO course is always for the people, those who are into the industry for quite long, some time. So I guess that was the best suited for you to enter into the data privacy world. And so one last question I would like to ask you: how well do you see like Tsaaro and like Tsaaro Academy courses? How well do you recommend this to your colleagues, your working professionals, and other people around you?
Well, I do actually. I do. In fact, I think I have recommended to some of my colleagues as well, because right now in law, data privacy is becoming a very very important issue. So there have been many of my colleagues who want to switch field from other areas of law to data privacy. So of course I have recommended to some people, because I can't tell about others, but for me personally, it has worked. So obviously, I have recommended to many of my colleagues. So yeah, it's been quite great.
It's really good to know about it. Like you have already recommended a few people to Tsaaro Academy, and as you have mentioned that yes, Indian data protection bill is about to come, and the draft is already out.
Yeah,
Looking on this discussion, I have just one more question for you, Mr.
yeah,
Sham.
yeah. Please.
As we say that okay, CT-DPO intermediate is the course which you have undergone. How do you see like this course would be helpful in your career journey in the next coming few years?
Well, since it's something of an intermediate level. So the thing is that it has actually it is actually the one of the basic blocks of my entire understanding of data privacy, because I earlier I used to draft, like I had drafted some contracts for clients regarding data privacy or something, but not exactly I was in the field. So it's certainly been quite great, because it's one of the major building blocks for me when it comes to knowledge and understanding of data privacy. So and the best thing is that it's a practical, plus it also provides the theory part. So you can understand the intent and purpose of data privacy and the law, plus you can also understand the the practical aspect of it. So the best thing is that this particular course is not just best suited for professionals but for students alike who wants to be in data privacy in coming futures, who wants to, or individuals who wants to switch careers from some other field to data privacy. So and the language of it is not very technical. So you can, even the takeaways you get from the course, they're not very much technical. Obviously you can ask, but the language or the things which I get, they're not very technical to understand. So yeah, it's a very easy to understand, practical plus theoretical at the same time. So anyone who is interested in data privacy can avail this course, professional or anyone who's switching careers or even students. So yeah, it's a quite practical course to do.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Sham, for taking your time and sharing your valuable feedback with us. I'm definitely sure like the people who would be listening to you will get to know about like this course is not just for professionals, it's even for the students who want to enter into data privacy, or if someone who is looking up to switch a career, as you have mentioned, that's very rightly said. Like people looking up to switch a career, they can also look up for this course. I would like to thank you, Mr. Sham, for taking your time and
Oh no, no, thank you so
joining
much.
us.
Thank you
I
for inviting me.
Yeah, I really wish you all the best for your future endeavors.